All right, guys, welcome to our team call. It is April 13th, and today flew by. I just told my husband I was starting the team call. He's like, you are kidding me. It's 8 o'clock. I cannot not even tell you how fast this day has zoomed by. So we have much to celebrate tonight. So tonight's going to be a celebration night, but also a very motivating and inspiring night for so many of you guys. And I'm just so excited for this call. So a couple quick announcements, and really the first thing I want to celebrate, and I'm not sure if she's even on the call tonight, but you guys know, there are many teams within my team. So my big product page for all of you that has product coaching, that is amazing. We've got a new kind of healthy from home theme going on right now where we're having our great personal trainers, my dear friends, are giving free workouts. We're doing meditation to help people organize, working from home tips, all kinds of recipes and everything you can imagine in that group. Use that group. It's a great group, you guys. Add your prospects to it, but it's a great place just to have that connection and community. So that's going on. We've got our brand new business group for those of you needing a system. So many people are fired up about the group. I was reading all the comments in there since it started today. If you're not in it, it's Spring Business Boom. Again, it's we marketed it in my business page. Join us. It's great. People are so excited for the accountability. So there's so much opportunity for you guys. And the bottom line is we don't want you being overwhelmed with all the corporate calls, team calls, and everything that we have going on for you. The most important thing is for you to find the system that works for you, plug into it, not be overwhelmed by it all. You don't need to be on every call, but you do need to be in action in order to achieve your goals. And the two guys we're going to be interviewing tonight are going to share their tips with you. Before we move on to them, though, hopefully you saw in recognition within the team, my business page, which is now called Team Synergy. I did a post explaining that last week. So if you couldn't find ISA for Wealth, it is now called Team Synergy. That is my business name because not only do our products work synergistically, but this business works synergistically within our lives. And you guys are my family. You're my friends. We get to do this all together and be on this journey, and it's so beautiful. And so that's our team name. And in there today was a great post that Erica Zinman has now officially earned $2 million in Isagenix. Guys, if that doesn't fire you up, when she hit her first million, Lisa Maciel, Lori Olson, and myself, earning that first million, that is just, and it's earnings, it's not sales. That is so mind blowing. I was in this industry for 20 years prior to Isagenix. I didn't earn $1 million ever. And now here we are 8 years later, and we've earned way more than that. Unbelievable. I hope that fires you guys up. And many of you aren't money motivated. Some of you are, you're motivated by the culture, the community. You're motivated to give back and to serve. And it doesn't matter what your motivations are, but what does matter is this company and this business and our team. We're here to help you set your goals on fire, put things into action, and make things happen like our two guests have done. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to bring on my son, Tyler, because these are two of his team members. I want him to have the honor of introducing them, and then I'm going to ask them some questions and share more about them. So Tyler, where are you at?
I'm right here. So let's talk with Richard first. Is that good?
Sure.
All right. So where to start with Richard? I'll tell you a little bit of a story about how I got to know Richard. So Eric Chen, my college acquaintance, I guess, reached out to me a couple years ago with some health issues. And obviously a lot of you know him. He completely changed his life around, became one of our closest friends, one of our favorite team members, and was the Ice Body runner-up. And through that process, Eric's Taiwanese, and he connected with this Taiwanese guy on Instagram, and I didn't really know what his name was, but I kept seeing this Taiwanese guy showing up on my calendar every day for three-way calls. He was booking me for like 5 or 6 calls a day. He wanted me to help him talk to his prospects about the business and about the products. And he didn't say much. He was really quiet. He was really shy. He would introduce me like he was supposed to, and we started having success. And like most people, you think they come in hot. Right? A lot of people come in hot. They're fired up. They do a lot of calls in their first week, and then a lot of people, maybe you've experienced this yourself. You lose motivation, or something happens in life and you fall off for a little bit. But this guy never did. Like week after week after week after week, he was getting me on 3 or 4 calls a day. I'm like, who is this guy? At that point, I'd never seen any. I still at this point, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody work as hard and as long and consistently as Richard Lynn does. And through the last year, he's gone from that shy guy who I didn't know to a completely charismatic leader who's leading an international organization in Canada and Taiwan. He has completely changed himself, his relationships, his skill set, his influence. And in the process, he's been able to hit Crystal Executive this week. And what's the coolest thing about Richard is I don't want anybody to feel overwhelmed by this, but if you're someone who wants to do something big with this and you want to go full time with this, here's what's possible when you make a decision. 2 weeks ago, this wasn't even on Richard's radar. We had talked like a month ago, and he was like, yeah, I'm slowly and steadily building consultants. I'm going to get to executive eventually. I'm not worried about the timeline. And then he called me on like Saturday, and he's like, yo, I was looking at this. I think I'm just going to hit executive this week. And I was like, really? At the time, he had 2 consultants. To be executive, we need 10. And he said, I'm going to hit executive this week. I'm going to promote 8 new consultants to hit executive. I said, all right, let's do it then. And, obviously there's going to be lots of ups and downs, lots of challenges, and there was, but he got it done. At 11:30 last night with a half an hour to spare, he went from manager to executive in 1 week. He earned his 5-cycle bonus for the first time. He earned his 1-star bonus for the first time. He hit director and executive in the same week, earned a total of, I think, $3,324 in 1 week. And we're just so proud of everything he's accomplished. So Richard, why don't you share more about, what that looked like for you, man, and get us all fired up like you know how to do.
Man, that was quite an intro, man. I need to have that in my Instagram now or something. Just play that intro every time when I have a YouTube video or something. I appreciate that. Where do I start? Like just sharing how I made it.
I think it'd be really powerful, to share your personal story before you even, found Isagenix and all this.
All right. We'll get deep today, man. All right, so let's see, where do I start? So this I know it's not an easy accomplishment for a lot of people, because even if someone did this and I'm watching them, I'll be like, nah, that's hard. I don't think I would be able to do it. But me being able to do it, I think it's just more of a testament of what's possible when you make a decision, when you put your mind to it. Just because a few years ago, I've never shared this on a team call, I think, but let's do this. I don't think anyone has ever been to I don't know if anyone has ever been to such a dark place in their life. So a few years ago, I was actually struggling severely with drug addictions. I was doing drugs daily basis for 2 years. The only person I talked to for 2 years was my drug dealer. That was the only person I talked to for 2 years. So I started from scratch. I got to a point where I was drinking myself to sleep every single night. I was smoking a pack of cigarettes every day. I was addicted to porn and gaming. I was in a very, very dark place in my life. I started hallucinating that people were peeking through the windows looking at me. I hallucinated that when I listened to radio and music, people were talking to me. When I went out and bought food, I thought people were watching me. I thought everyone knew what I was doing, what I was up to, and I was in a very, very dark place. I lied to my parents. I lied to all my close ones. I didn't talk to anyone for 2 years. So that was until I found kind of like you could call it a spiritual awakening or something. But I found it was like someone knocked on the door. Someone knocked on the door. Someone saved me from death. I was this close to dying. I think I was this close to dying. I am very, very lucky to be alive and sitting here today. And it's just more of a testament to what's possible when you make a decision to you can shift your reality in 1 second. And me being able to hit that, it's not an easy task. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that you can, like, it's easy, but I had to grind. I had to grind and grind and grind. I have so much growing to do. Cody hit it in, I don't know how many, like half a year or something. I hit it in a year just because he had a network before he started. I started from zero. I had no network. I had no skills. English is my second language. I have no posture. I have no confidence. If you went back, Simon Chen, Tyler, Cindy, they all talk a lot. I was just a passive, shy Asian kid. I have no skills before I started this. So this is just a testament. This is just a testament. Like I'm just an example of, hey, if I can do it, then you can do it too. And I just want to be an example for people. I want to show people that it's possible. You make a decision, and when I say it, I want people to understand that it's real. It's not some BS behind it, because I know a lot of people in the industry, or they come from some really good background, and then they tell you, if I could do it, you could do it. But I don't think people can grasp that power behind it. But when I feel like when I say it, people can really understand. So if you're shooting for that next rank advancement, just know that if I can do it, you can really do it.
And I want you to share, that is a massive jump for 1 week though, Richard. I mean, you have been steady and consistent. You've had Tyler on calls day after day, week after week, month after month. You've put the time and effort in for personal development. You've learned the skills. You are one of the most coachable people that I've ever met. And with all that being said, going from manager to executive in 1 week, that tells every single person on this call that they can hit the Crystal Director rank advancement bonus of $750 by April or May 17th. They can hit the executive bonus for $1,000 by July, because you just did it in 1 week. So share with them what was your mindset? How could you go from manager to executive in a week?
I think first thing I would say, just I want to keep it very real. It's like, why not you? Why not you? Why do you have to look at everyone else and be like, they can do it, but maybe I can. Like what? Like why not you? I think I really struggle with that as well. Just looking at people and be like, like making up excuses. Oh, Cody hit it because he had a network. Oh, someone else did it because they maybe their skin color is different than mine. So someone hit it because English is their first language. I had excuses. I'm still overcoming. But I just decided. I sat down. I was like, okay, let me look at my list. Let me look at where I am. So I started writing down names, all the people I know. I didn't really make the memory jogger when I first started. So I sat down. I do it again. Wrote down all the names, and then I just look at it. I was like, why not me? Why not? Why not me? Why not? Why not? Why can I be Crystal executive? Why can I be 1-star? Why can I be a winner? Why not me? Why not? So I look down, I sat down, I look at everything, and I was like, shit, why not? Let's do this. Why not me? And then I just went to work from there. There was a lot of up and downs. The people, when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I can hit this in a few days. Like I have so many friends I can just call up and they will sign up right away. Take first one, no. Second one, no. Third one, no. No after no's, begging and begging. And just it was very messy, and it's completely different than what I imagined. But I was talking to Tyler as well, and Tyler told me this quite a few times throughout this week. It's like, I know it's done already. I just have to figure out the how. And then like last 30 minutes, I reached out to my aunt in Taiwan. I was like, I just need this to hit this bonus, and that's it. And she, I in my head, I was like, there's no way she's gonna help me. No way. Like I was already telling stories to myself, but then boom, she got back to me and signed up right away.
That's so awesome. Well, we are so proud of you. And I want to ask more questions. Tyler, is there anything else you want to ask? Because I want to come back and forth with Cody and Richard after we bring Cody on.
Yeah, I think one thing that that's been a theme Richard and I have talked about a lot lately is the power of faith. And whatever your faith looks like outside this business, that's your business. But in this business, faith is really important too. And I think people that have a strong faith do well in this business because of that. And Richard, I mean, he touched on it there with his aunt, but if you could elaborate, Richard, on like what we talked about, go deeper on what you just said. Like, you don't know what it's going to look like. You don't know who the person's going to be that you're going to help get started, but you had faith all along that it was going to be done. And sure enough, with 30 minutes to spare, something falls out of the sky that helps you complete it. I mean, talk about what that looks like. And I know that's not easy, and I know you struggled with your faith a few times during the week, I'm sure, but you held strong.
Yeah, for sure. I think I really learned faith from Lauren as well, because she's just unstoppable. Like her faith is so powerful, and I can just see it pennant. Like she's just like shining all the time with that energy. It's amazing. But I really picked up that from her, and then since she came to this team, she's been a blessing. like truly, and I really connected with her, and I really started digging deep into just because faith saved me. It brought me back from dead. It literally saved me. Like I wouldn't be alive here. I wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for faith. And I, in that moment, like my faith wavered and everything. But in a cold shower every morning, I'm talking to myself. I know it's gonna work out. In the last minute, I was just like, I think I told Tyler. I think we all. The funny part is we were betting on a call at 10 p.m. with Taiwan, the Taiwanese guy, and we knew like 5 minutes in the guy wasn't gonna buy, and we spent 40 minutes on there just like I was trying to like convince him, trying to like get him, and then we went and then we got off the call, and then we were just like, well, we just wasted 40 minutes of our time, and then we're like, well, at least we give it our best. We gave it our best, absolute best. And then he was like, well, why not send a message to your aunt? She bought products a few times but never opened an account. She's like, why not send it? I was like, well, my last message to her, I have faith in that, so I just sent it. And then like 11:30, she got back to me in Taiwan time, and she's like, let's get started. I'll help you all despite that pack. And then boom, I hit 1 star from there.
Oh, you make me cry all the time. And I think you got Scott going too over here, Richard. I wish I could share the camera, but he might kill me. Oh, well, I can't, no one deserves this more. And I just can't wait for you to share that story on a big stage someday and inspire people. And I was on a call just the other night, and I said, one of the things I love so much about network marketing is your past doesn't define you, and that it doesn't matter where you come from, what you've done, what mistakes you've made. You are loved here, and we welcome you, and our faith is strong, and our community is strong, and our encouragement and love of each other is so strong. And you had so many people pulling for you, praying for this to work out for you this week. And it just such a beautiful thing to see this absolutely wonderful ending. So we can't wait to see what's next for you too.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. All right, Tyler, let's introduce Cody next.
All right, Cody. Cody can share the details of this, but what the best story that's going to tell you about Cody is kind of like the come to Jesus moment we had about a month into his journey. So it's been really cool to just I'll say this, what Cody's done in the last 7 or 8 months. Like if you know him, it's not surprising at all. But when you look at it from like an outside perspective, the fact of Cody might look like Richard said, he has the huge network, he has it all together, but Cody will tell you firsthand, he hasn't had anything given to him in his life either. And the only reason he looks that way is because he did the hard work on himself before this opportunity came along. And this opportunity was just the right thing at the right time. And he's crushed it. And I want Cody to share your whole story, but I definitely want you to hit on Cody's struggling over there too. Jeez, from an emotional night. When you're ready, Cody, I want you to really start your story with that conversation that we had at the end of August, beginning of September, and the kind of the turning point. Pull it together, big guy. Come
on, Cody. If I can do it, you can do it. Oh, jeez. Now we're going to all be a wreck.
I told myself I wouldn't do this. I feel so undeserving of this family that I've been given. Geez, I was not expecting this call, but I didn't realize it probably until now how lost I was. I guess before this family and this community, and I had no idea how much that I needed it. I looked like I had it together before. I was really good at that. I look like I come from a family of doctors and lawyers and business people, and I was good at that. I was good at making it look like I had great faith, and I was so happy, and I had so much purpose, and I was going to be so successful. I was so good at looking like that from the outside, but I had no idea how wrecked I was. I had no idea how lost I was before this happened, before before God sent Tyler to find me, I didn't know how lost I was, and I really hit rock bottom. Just in realizing that it was like actually after I enrolled, and I wasn't taking it seriously at first, and I realized I was going, I had really no real goals at the time, no real purpose, but I portrayed it to everyone on the outside like I did. And I said, Tyler, I have to make some serious changes in my life. I'm not just lost, my career, my soul is lost. I need to figure this out. So, we said it the other night, but he sent me a long email of it looked like a long contract with terms and all these things that I didn't like, that I didn't want to see, and terms that I didn't want to agree to. But he knew, and he knew because he loves me enough as a brother. He loved me and cared for me enough that he said, there's going to be times that, you're going to want to hate me. There's going to be times you're going to want to quit. And somehow I agreed. And that was one of the best decisions that I ever made. And I didn't even know how big of a decision it was until right now. My life is completely transformed. I came back to my faith, and I was given a big brother. I was given a big sister. So many other brothers and sisters I didn't know I was going to be having, and a mother, and a dad too, Scott. And just, I've never had rocks in my life. I've never had that foundation. People say, "Oh, my family's my rock. This person is my rock." I never had my rocks, but I have my rock, and it's these people. It's this family that we have, and we shouldn't be surprised when this happens. When the people before us that have laid this foundation, they've already done it. It's already been done. The road has already been paved for us. We shouldn't be so surprised when these things happen, when we rank advance, or when we double our income and those things. And all this is great. The title's cool, the accolades cool, the income and cycle's cool. Like that's great, but it's fake. Like, it means nothing. Like, who we're becoming and who we're gonna be is what matters more than anything. I'm a different human being. Like, even on the first time I talked like this on a call, I acted all cool and acted all excited, but I had no idea what I was doing. And I was not even the same person then. So I don't even know what I'm answering right now, but I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to every last soul. Whether it was a hug, whether it was a flight that you booked to train me, like Tyler did from day one, whether it was just a Facebook comment, or a hayride in the middle of nowhere, Ohio. Just thank you all so much. And now, because of what y'all have done, I am able to build a life for my family that I could have never dreamed of, and they surely could have never dreamed of. So thank you.
Tyler, do you have
So,
anything?
a follow-up question for that, Mo?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, now that you got it together, now you're ready to bring the punch. Wasn't expecting that, but that's the power of Richard Lynn's story right there on display for you right there. And Richard and I have been talking about that, but when Richard's vulnerable like that, I've never seen Cody get like that. And that's what's powerful when we do this together. And anybody that's on their first call tonight, I'm sorry, we don't do this every time, but hopefully you're enjoying the show. But I think, what needs to be heard, because it's so easy to look at Cody, like we said, and say, like, sure, he got there, but what it actually looked like let's talk, Cody, about some of those things that you and I discussed and the sacrifices that needed to be made, because I think it's fine if you don't want to be a Crystal executive. It's fine if you don't want to do it in 6 months. It's fine if you don't want to do it when you're 22. It's not for everybody. But if you want to make a huge income and a huge impact in this business, we know that's where you need to be in the long run. And Cody knew that he wanted to quit his job in 6 months, and that's no small feat. I mean, creating a full-time income with this in 6 months is no small feat, especially when you have no experience and you're 22 and you have 20 years less of network than some other people. So Cody made some serious sacrifices and has been the most coachable person I've ever seen. And Cody says he was faking it. We're all faking it. I was faking it too. He reached out to me and said, "What do I have to do to go full time?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know. I've helped like 2 people do that, so let's see. If I can figure it out here." And I did a lot of thinking about it, and we talked about it. But Cody, talk about those things that you were willing to do, willing to give up, willing to go the extra mile for, so that you can have your dreams. I want people to know that you didn't just stumble into it, and you everything worthwhile in life is going to require you to give something up, and I know you did.
Yeah, I think more than anything, probably my biggest sacrifice was my circle, was my inner circle and outer circle. We cling on so much to the people in our life, and especially our family. You know, it's our family and our friends, and friends that seem like family. And my circle is completely different than what it was just less than a year ago, even 8 months ago. It's completely different. And sometimes that might hurt to turn someone down, to not be, you know, as close with them, to distance yourself from, you know, family or friends. But in times like this, when you really make when you have to make those sacrifices, like you just know. And so I changed really time. Time is everything. I mean, Tyler's talked about this. Everybody talks about it, but everybody has, you know, 24 hours in a day. You guys can see that with Erica, when you saw NYKO and you saw what 24 hours looks like in a day. And so I knew that I had to make sacrifices to delay gratification of, you know, fun, you know, social hours, happy hours. I had to delay the gratification of everything that a 22-year-old, you know, would normally find, you know, fun and satisfying. I had to deny all of that, and it's been more than worth it. And when it comes to people in your life, I think that the biggest risk is not taking the risk, obviously, and everybody here in this business knows that. More than anything with the people, you just have to love yourself and respect yourself. And if the people around you, you know, aren't doing that, if they're not lifting you up, then you have to let go, and you have to cut the cords. And I think in hindsight, you see, you know, what was worth it, who was for you, who wasn't really for you, in the long run anyways. And once I got around this, you know, once I started drinking the Kool-Aid and then I started swimming in it, it was a no-brainer for me that these were the people that are going to, you know, give me the life that I want, and help me get there. And so I think I stopped taking advice, and I stopped listening to people who did not live the life that I desired. Why are we listening to people that don't have the life that we do? You know, we say we shouldn't listen to, you know, David Wood told us to not listen to broke or unhappy people. I was surrounded by broke or unhappy, or broken and unhappy people. And so once you can realize that, everything can change, and you can begin to, you know, really recalibrate yourself and your circle. So I wanted to definitely hone in on the inner circle. I think that's everything to me, and what it's been like, because those closest to you really determine your level of success. I mean, look at any successful leader, whether it was in business or if it was a president or if it was an athlete. Their inner circle, the people around them, was what was most important. Tyler, did you want to go through any other, like a list specifically?
I don't know. That's up to mom. She's managing the time here, but that's the biggest one, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to get a couple more questions in before we let everybody go. You guys, the chat is so awesome too, so thank you. I've loved all the comments. And guys, since you probably haven't seen them all, I will copy the chat and send it to you, because it's awesome. Cody, what I'd like you to do, and then I'll go back to Richard. So people that are on this call, you know, one of our human tendencies, we can't help ourselves, is we compare ourselves. And so if we have people on this call that are really, they missed out maybe on the Crystal Manager deadline. We've got brand new people that are trying to hit it now for the very first time. We have seasoned people that, you know, still could hit the Crystal Director and Crystal Executive rank advancements. And maybe they have jobs outside of Isagenix. Maybe they have families and kids, and they're looking at you and Richard, and they're like, well, they're single. They're doing this full time now. They have more time. How can you inspire those people that, you know, they have months to still hit these goals. You know, they have till May 17th for the director bonus, July 12th for the executive bonus. So people that have, you know, maybe they're juggling a lot of plates in the air. How can you inspire them to be able to hit these goals and, you know, set these goals, hit these goals, and make it happen? How can you do that for them?
Yeah, absolutely. This is actually something that I was thinking of and had in mind for touching on tonight. I think it's a total myth, and I experienced this myth. Because I was part-time, and the first week of December, you know, because everybody knows, like New Year's, I quit my job, and so the first week of December, I made like $1,700 part-time with Isagenix, right, while I was still working my corporate job. I said, "Oh my gosh, y'all, did you see this? I made 1,700. I'm going back to my corporate office, coworkers that hated everything I did. I said, I just made $1,700 part-time with Isagenix around my corporate job. Oh, just imagine when I can work full-time on my fortune. Just imagine what it's going to be like. I'm going to make $10,000 a week. I might even, rank up there with Cindy Walter someday. And so it came time for me to go full-time, and man, my income was nowhere near where I thought it was going to be when I was full-time. So I think this myth of, I need 12 hours a day to succeed in this business, wrong. It's a myth. Stop telling yourself that. Get it out of your head. As soon as I got that out of my head, that's when I started to see progress. That's when I really started to see growth, because I said, okay, well, now I have no job. I have no mortgage. I have no kids like a lot of y'all do. I don't have these, obligations and responsibilities. So I'm going to, from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., boom, I can prospect, I can DMO. I'm going to be so rich so fast. Wrong. It's such a lie. It's such a lie. And how I hit executive, I started working less on my business. I started working less hard, like not as hard. And people, I'm like, that might blow your mind. Like for some people, especially if you're newer, you're like, wait, what do you mean you didn't work as hard, like on your business, and then you hit, this like top leadership rank? I stopped working so much on my business and tweaking out and trying to text 100 people a day. And I started working on this thing right here. If you work on this thing, the time thing doesn't matter at all. The only time that you need to worry about is the time that you're putting into building your mind and your mindset and your mentality. I think that's definitely the biggest thing, because if you don't grow your mind, you're never going to grow your business. I just tapped into John Maxwell, and man, I'm fired up about some John Maxwell. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, seriously, it's all in your head. It's all mindset. It's all mentality. Don't worry about the time that you need to put into this business. Like you're going to find it. Just do a little time blocking. But someone in this business can make 100 times the income doing a power hour a day than someone that is full-time and works on this business 12 hours a day. So I think that's the biggest myth, and should really inspire people, no matter if you have 7 kids or if you have none and you're just a crazy young kook like me. It's really, really all between your mindset and just making the decision. Richard,
can I add to that, Mom?
Yeah, go ahead.
Richard, Mom? Oh, sorry, Cody, go ahead. I just want to add before you go to Richard, Mom, I saw this firsthand with Cody. When he would wake up in the morning, he would stumble into the office and he'd be on his phone right away, just boom, 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 and he'd be working from 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. like he said. And how this looks tangibly, so you guys actually know what this looks like, is then I saw him in the last month or two get up at 7, read, do his devotional, meditate, pray, go for a walk, get some exercise. And that 3 hours that was spent on the business was now spent on himself, and this made the other 8 hours he's spending on the business way more productive. So that's what it actually looks like tangibly, and that's why he hit it.
Yeah, so good, so valuable. All right, and Richard, if you could come back on, what I'd love for you to share, and both of you guys really prove that anything is possible in this business, and it's so inspiring to see. But Richard, I've even had some private questions. People want to know how you rank advance so many people in 1 week. So can you just share, you don't have to share all 8 consultants and how you rank advance them, but how are you able to get people to find 2 so quickly? Can you give an example or 2 to help people that are trying to build consultants?
I think first one would be if you have people that are using the products for a while. I think this one I honestly learned from Cindy and Tyler and Zoe. It's very simple. You've probably heard this so many times. You go to their back office, look at all the bank volume they have, say this is exactly how much you're gonna make when you enroll 2 people, and then boom, they will do it because you tell them exactly how much they're gonna make just by sharing with 2 people. They'll go do it. And that's how I got a few, a girl in Australia. That's pretty much what she did. She's actually been using her products for like almost a year. She's ordering 300 BV on her own account, and she's been active for a year. And then all I told her was, well, you can open 100 BV on your husband's account, 100 BV on your daughter's account, and then boom, you can be a consultant, get a bonus, and then you still get your products that you want. And then that's what she did right away, like in like an hour. So I got an instant consultant right there. That would be a good example of one.
Yeah. All right. And I'm going to have you share any last words that you could encourage people with, because there's a lot of people that really want what you just did.
last word I want to say is, and I wish, if you took nothing away, I really wish you could take this away, because I really mean this. You know, everyone in here right now started at a better place than I was. I mean, if you started at the worst place than I was, let me know. Like, we can have a comparing competition or something. I don't know, but you know, English is my second language, so that's already, you know, I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of things I want to communicate, but I might not be able to say it in the way that I want to. Like, that's already pretty bad. You know, I can still enroll people like that, so now it's pretty crazy, right? So what I want to say is, so what's really stopping you? You know, there's something I listen to every day. It's like, what does Nike stand for? Everyone knows. Just do it. What does Adidas stand for? People say, oh, impossible is nothing. And what do you stand for? What do you stand for? You know, get emotional about it. What do you stand for? Write down all your excuses. After this call, take out a piece of paper, write down all your excuses. I am not good enough. I am shy, whatever. Write down all your excuses. Get really emotional about it. Just write it down like a maniac. Just write it down, boom, 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 boom. All your excuses. Then cross everything out, and then just start saying, I'm a winner. I'll do whatever it takes to win. I'm a winner. I'll do whatever it takes to win. Jump into the cold shower. Just start screaming, I'm a winner. I'll do whatever it takes to win. You know, just get emotional about it, because that emotional energy, spiritual energy is so powerful. When you can channel through there, which is where I'm speaking right now. I don't even know what I'm talking about, but some kind of energy channeling through me right now, you know. When you can speak through there, you're unstoppable. You're unstoppable.
One more thing, I can't let you go without this. So most of you guys know Simon Chan, MLM Nation. If you don't listen to that podcast and you want to learn more about network marketing, absolutely download that podcast, listen to him. Because of Richard first. Tyler had turned me on to him a long time ago, but Richard hired him as a coach. Didn't really have the money to do it, but he knew he needed to increase his skills quickly. And he knew the quickest way to do that was to hire a coach. So he made it happen. He made it work. And today, Simon did a post that, I'm not kidding, that got me crying. When I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, how did it make you feel that in Simon's big group, he honored you like that today?
Just immense gratitude to all the people that helped me along the way, and him. Like, I mean, I guess he's probably, yeah, he saw me. Like, everyone, I mean, you, me, Tyler, Zoe, Simon, like, saw me from this passive, shy Asian kid. I mean, I was speaking like this, like, it was bad. I don't even want to think about it, but you know, just immense gratitude, and just so grateful for all the people that have helped me along the way. It's impossible for me to have done this without the help from you guys. So, yeah.
All right. Well, we love you too. And Tyler, I'm going to have you come back on one more time. I just want you to share how it makes you feel with what these guys have done. How does it make you feel that you shared this gift with them, that you've invested so much time and effort in them, and this is what's happened?
It's what it's all about. I mean, I think for 2 years in this business, I had some cool accolades. I was a top earner. I was quitting my job and traveling, but I wasn't necessarily helping anybody else do the same thing, even though I was preaching that if you help enough people get what you want, you'll get what they want. You know, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. Preaching that over and over again, and not necessarily living it. And I had to learn how to lead myself first, and leading these guys is easy because they already know how to lead themselves. And, you know, it's just giving them the tip or trick they need. And I'll say, you know, I've had more cycles in the last 4 or 5 weeks than, you know, several months combined before. It's been huge, but I haven't even been looking at it. And I used to check my isopulse every day. Like, oh man, am I at 20 cycles? Am I at 20 cycles this week? Like, checking it every day. I don't even check it anymore. What I check now is how many cycles is Richard at? How many cycles is Cody at? And, you know, I've heard that a lot before, but it never really sunk in until recently. And I think it's thanks to Cody and Richard for showing me how much fun it is to help other people win in this business. And, you know, everything else goes out the window. And Jim Rohn says, if you help enough people pay their bills, you forget about yours. And that's really becoming true in my life right now. And when I was focused on my own accolades and my goals, I was struggling financially, not making as much as I should have been. And being able to help these guys along their way has been a bigger blessing than any cycle or anything like that. And it's just been really cool just to watch them grow as people. Like Cody said, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Oh, and that's what totally fulfills me, you guys. It's what totally gets me out of bed every morning. I just feel like we can make such a difference and impact so many people's lives. So who's with me? Who wants to do this and impact other people? Type in the chat box if you're all in. If this fired you up, you guys, if you're all in, if you want to get these rank advancement bonuses, but on top of that, you'll get the bonuses by making a difference in other people's lives. So if you're all in, let's hear it in the chat box. I love you guys. Cody and Richard, oh, you guys, I'm so proud of you. And Tyler, you're the best. All right, guys, love you. Have a great, great week, and we'll see you real soon.